Hello, everyone. And if you have followed the calculations in the box below and determined you're a power year number 4, then you are at the right place. Hi, 4s. It's April 2020, and you are in the month of 8. Now, 4s, if you calculate your power year number, you only have to do that once. Okay, for the entire year of 2020. Your monthly number changes, but that's where I come in. So welcome to Jemma's Window. Hello to you. And let's take a look at business, then love, then any question you have. And let's use these numbers to reflect what's going to happen for you and what's the best outcome we can get from certain situations. And we're also going to include this pandemic we have going on and how it might affect you if you're home or if you're one of the emergency workers out there who have to go out to work every day. Oh my goodness, we have all these things to apply. Let's review. Our power year number 4 is all about getting it done. Big year for you 4s, getting it done. Every time you're in the year of 4, you're setting up the rest of your life. And that includes the next time you're in the power year of 4. You're setting up the rest of your life. This is a new home, new car, new love, new job. It's the potential for all of those things. New way of thinking, putting money away, all those things, starting a family, breaking it off with someone, because you're not messing around this year. This is a practical year. It's a hard-working year of getting things done. Now, this month of 8 for you is a potentially very successful year. So you've got, say, 60-70% chance of success and 30 or 40% chance of karmic debt smacking you in the nose and making you pay off past debts from this life or a past life. So it gets a little confusing in 8. It is a great opportunity for financial growth. It is a great opportunity for success at work or embarking on your own business or getting an idea for your own business. But it is the most karmic month of the most karmic number. And it's your month, which means that you can be rewarded for things that you've done in the past if you've done them honestly and you've been a good person, or you can be whacked for if you misled someone or you haven't been so nice, and even from a past life. And that's where it gets a little confusing, because sometimes you're like, why is this happening? I've always been nice. And maybe you have, but that karmic debt comes with you through past lifetimes. Just a little side note, the way to get rid of it is forgiveness. If you can go into your heart chakra and just forgive yourself and forgive everybody for everything and not hold a grudge or hold a judgment on someone, that's a way of getting rid of karma. Let's go, 4s. Let's start with, let's pick this deck. We have 3 different decks, and we're going to shuffle these cards, and we're going to take a look at business. For those of you who have a job during this month of April and 2020, let's see how it's going. Let's see how they perceive you at work. I don't know why. I feel like that's just coming up. Okay. Interesting. The first card that I get, because I feel like how work perceives you was coming up when I was shuffling. And the card that I get for that is my 7 of Swords card is about kindness. It's about attracting more bees to honey than with the nastiness of vinegar. And I feel like you have a very professional, nice persona. You're very kind to people. You're considerate to people at the workplace, and that is how you're seen. I feel like you keep your worries out of the workplace. I feel like you do have concerns about other things, 4s, but that you're very professional and that you keep them at bay. And I see a promotion coming your way. I mean, what more do you want, 4s? I mean, you have a wonderful reading here. And you know, I've done 1, 2, 3 so far, and they haven't been so great. So power year 4s, You're moving in a, well, you should be. It's a year of four, and it's meant to, if you're working with your power year four, your power year four is working with you. So it looks to me that by staying professional and in even delivering maybe sour news or negative news professionally, you're going to be rewarded for that, fours. I don't think we have to discuss it anymore. I say it looks awesome. Now let's take a look for you fours who are looking for work, or maybe you have a job and you're looking for a change of work, or maybe you've applied to something and you're waiting to hear. All of those things can be wrapped up in both of these segments for business. And if something yells out at me, I'm going to let you know. So for those of you fours who are looking for work, okay, you have good news coming your way. You just have a good reading. It looks like it's been a long wait for you fours, and you have changes and good news and movement coming your way. So you may decide, first of all, you may just have good news coming your way. Let's start there. You may hear from someone or something. There's still a wait ahead, perhaps, to get started, but you're going to hear back from someone that you were hoping to hear from. There may be movement or changes where you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Like, okay, well, they don't want me at the local office. They want me to commute to the city. Well, okay. But there's still pause after that until you get started. Or there may be a training period before you start where someone says, well, you have to go to training first, or you have to go to Florida for 2 weeks to train for this, or you have to get another certification for this. So we're going to pay for it for you. You can come on board in this way, and we'll pay for your certification, but you need that to move forward to the job we want you to do. Even though it's dragging its heels, and it's going to continue, I feel like, to move slowly because there's more work to be done, you're going to have nice, positive changes that you consider to be good news. I'm so glad. I'm so thankful to get some good news here for some fours. Very good. I'm going to put that deck aside. Let's look at relationship for anyone who's a power year number 4. So we are in the month of April 2020. And let's take a look at either how you're being perceived by your loved one, or how the relationship is going. Let's just see what Spirit wants to say for our 4s in a relationship for April. 4s, I'm going to bend over because one card fell out, and you know what that means. It means it's important. And I'm going to just put that over to the side, and we're going to top that on our reading. Okay, for 4s who are in a relationship, see, I have the Justice card, and I just want to spend some time with that before there's a lot of confusion for us. There's just no two ways about it. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of this, that. Well, maybe it can work if we do this. Well, maybe it can work if we do that. Now, I had said prior what could be someone's perception of you in the relationship. And it can be that you come with a lot of stuff. But I'm also going to throw out at you, because clairvoyantly I'm receiving the message that they might come with a lot of stuff. And the card that fell out on top of it all is a card where you're feeling like you're in the middle, and you're trying to keep this one from that one and protect that one from this one, and you don't want this person to know about that and that person to know about this. This is how I phrase it. There's a lot of tap dancing going on. There's so much tap dancing going on. Hey, 4s, if you've got the energy and you want to give it a whirl and you want to see if you can work it out, you go right ahead. Just remember, to try your best to be as honest and straightforward as you can with people, because you're in this karmic month of 8. And we don't want you carrying this karma where if you were dishonest or you misled someone, we don't want you carrying that into your life and bringing it back and it ricocheting. So everybody's got to get on board with everybody if you're a power year 4 in this month of April, and be honest about what you can give and what you want. That's pretty heavy, 4s. Let's move on to those 4s who are looking for love. Now, if you have, if you're going back and forth with someone or anything like that, you can take these words and apply them to that too. When I go back and I listen, sometimes I'll go back because I can't pay attention so much now when I'm doing the reading on the spot. But sometimes I'll think of someone and I'll go back later on and I'll say, okay, I know that this client's an 8, or this client's a this, or this client's a that, and I'll listen to the reading and I'll see how it applies to them for fun, for myself. Sometimes I'll hear the reading that matches them for the person in the relationship when really they're looking for the relationship. So all across the board, these messages are for our power year 4s. So however it fits, however it works, however you have to tweak it, and even if you thought you were a 4 and you're a 3 and you're listening to this, you're meant to hear it. It's not so rigid, not in my world anyway. So let's take a look at 4s who are looking for a relationship. Okay. Fours, I'm not getting a lot of movement for you. I feel like you've got to pay the piper, so to speak. You've got to take care of business and wherever that is in your life first before you can have that. Say you're looking. I'm assuming you're looking. Okay, you're looking for someone that you really like. And even if it's just to date, you're looking for someone you like. You're looking for someone you're actually attracted to, someone you're looking forward to talking to or seeing. And what I see here is that you've got so much unfinished business that you have to take care of that you're not ready to move forward yet for someone new. And you're in the month of endings next month, in this month of May. And you may be wrapping up this unfinished business in May, and in June, which is new beginnings for you, be ready more so then to find this person, because there's stuff that you've got to get done, whether it's in a relationship or in something else, 4s. I'm leaving it at that, just so I don't confuse both of us. I think it's a good message, and I'm going to leave it at that. Let's move on, 4s, to now. You can ask again about love. You can ask about a particular person. You can ask about job, any relationship that you have, finance, health, anything at all that you would like to ask. Just make your question crystal clear right now in your mind. Make your question clear. The clearer your question is, then you can take my answer and tweak the words to fit it, but just don't change the ending or the outcome, okay? So the best that we can expect for any question that our 4s have for this month of April, and it looks to me, as I'm pulling cards, is that you just have a little more ways to go until you can wrap up a tough situation and make it work for you. It feels like things are moving very slowly. You're in this, you're either homebound or you're stuck going to work every day and you're nervous, or, it's really a tough month. Man, it's a tough month for the world, this month of April in 2020. And I feel like you've got one more big hurdle to get through, and it might just be this month, or it might just be one more month. And it feels like it's taking forever. But it also says here that you can ask for what you need. You have a good rapport or relationship with people that you need help from, and you can continue asking them for that help. And it's a 6 card, guys. So I want to just remind you that whoever you're working hard for this month, you can remember to turn around and ask for payback later. And whoever is working hard for you this month, you can turn around and pay them back later. Try to remember that for your own karma, so that you play fair, and then you're treated fair, particularly when you're in a month of 8, a day of 8, or a year of 8, because you're in a very karmic month. So be conscious, very conscious of what you're asking and who you owe for their favors. But it feels like life is taking forever. It feels like things are moving slowly, but they're not. Looks like you got one more big hurdle to get through. Thanks for joining Jemma's Window. And please jump onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. Leave me any comments or any questions, or if you'd like a private read. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you. Bye for now.